is Jasmine Chang. I was on the Silver Scripts Committee.
My name is Brooke Lucid.
My name is Catherine Weimer, and I'm a part of the Interprofessional Committee.
Hi, my name is Alina Liang, and I led the Materials Committee.
My name is Alyssa Fogel, and I'm a member of the Public Relations Committee.
My name is Alicia Zika, and I was the head of the Student Organization Committee.
Hi, my name is Victoria.
My name is Luke Kulak. I'm with Data and Analytics Committee.
My name is Mustafa Mahmood, and I'm part of PittPharmacy's Script Your Future Video Production Committee.
Hi, my name is Annie Herbster, and I am the class president of the PharmD class of 2022, the University of Pittsburgh School of Pharmacy. This year I was the chairperson for the National Script Your Future campaign here at Pitt. Coming into this challenge, we had a lot of great initiatives, great ideas. Some of them we were able to implement were outreach to senior citizen centers, outreach at community pharmacies across Allegheny County. We had almost 2,000 unique patient encounters across our class of about 110 students, which is amazing. My personal role on the Script Your Future team was basically overseeing everybody and everything. I took a special interest in the data collection and analytics committee just because I wanted to make sure all the data was being reported accurately from our class and collected well and formatted in a way that was easy to understand and report back to nationals, but also oversaw, the underserved committee, the interprofessional activities committee, the Silver Scripts committee, which is our awesome senior center outreach you will learn more about.
The Interprofessional Committee was responsible for a whole host of events, such as collaborating with the Silver Scripts Committee to promote outreach at the senior centers, and we coordinated with the facility managers and residents at the senior centers in Pittsburgh. We also coordinated with the organization committee to recruit students from other health disciplines at the University of Pittsburgh to attend our tabling events at local pharmacies such as CVS.
We collaborated with the Underserved Committee to bring on student physicians, nurses, physical therapists, and occupational therapists to join us at the Birmingham Clinic and Women's Shelters.
So we were able to distribute materials to promote medication adherence to the patients. We also had planned another event for the end of March, but due to recent concerns with COVID-19, we had to postpone this event. We were going to do another tabling event at the hospital pharmacies with these students from the health disciplines.
We also had a large health fair planned at the Homewood Community Engagement Center, which unfortunately had to be canceled due to COVID-19.
In this role, we were responsible for providing and replenishing all Script Your Future materials for students. This included printing out mass quantities of information packets, putting in orders for blood pressure and glucose logs, as well as medication list cards and the pill boxes that we distributed to all Script Your Future events, including Silver Scripts and all tabling events. We started off with roughly 5,850 documents, all of which were distributed, plus an extra that we were constantly printing out. The content of the materials was to inform the community about medication adherence. Many of the flyers included information on prevalent disease states, including COPD, diabetes, hypertension, and etc. We even had access to a GoodRx handout, which helped patients find cheaper prices for their medications.
The PR committee was responsible for the publicizing and advertising of the Script Your Future campaign at the University of Pittsburgh and in our community. We ran dedicated accounts on various social media platforms such as Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. On these accounts, our posts focused on raising awareness of Script Your Future and highlighted the impact our classmates were having at various sites. We wanted to show our influence on a personal and larger scale. We also included posts with resources to help patients improve their medication adherence, such as links to the Script Your Future website. This allowed us to reach even more patients, including the ones we were unable to reach in person. In addition, we collaborated with the Video Production Committee and Data Committee to raise awareness of our outreach and stories. Students of our class were present at over 100 sites and worked diligently to raise awareness for the importance of medication adherence. The PR team was proud to display the impact our classmates were having on patients' lives.
This year, we had an initiative where we sent out the first-year pharmacy students to over 24 community sites over the city of Pittsburgh. They were sent out to do comprehensive medication reviews, which was part of our Script Your Future initiative. We collaborated with this program by first debriefing the P1 students about the importance of Script Your Future, as well as the importance of medication adherence.
Yeah, and we also had pill boxes on the tables and offered them to patients who needed them, and also had blood pressure logs and blood glucose logs that they could use to help keep track of their health.
This is especially important because one of the biggest populations affected by non-adherence is the geriatric population, associated with much higher medication use than many other populations. Additionally, our numbers really resonate with what the most popular data is currently showing, which is that the number one reason for non-adherence with medications is forgetfulness. Forgetfulness is an area that we felt we could most impact by discussing medication adherence with patients during their free medication reviews. Over the course of 2 days and at 24 SilverScript sites, we were able to reach around 100 people and really help send home the message that medication adherence is very important.
This committee was responsible for contacting each pharmacy organization in the school to ensure they were incorporating adherence outreach activities into all of their events. This involved distributing materials to the organizations for their use at tabling events, health fairs, and more. Some examples include tabling events at local pharmacies with Lambda Kappa Sigma and the Martin Luther King Day Health Fair at a retirement home with the American Society of Consulting Pharmacists. Overall, we collaborated with about 17 organizations and handed out an extra 50 copies of Script Your Future materials. We were also responsible for hosting or running 4 tabling events and 2 health fairs.
As a part of the Underserved Committee, we were responsible for endorsing the Script Your Future medication adherence campaign in underserved clinics across Pittsburgh. Essentially, we were responsible for keeping tabs on students volunteering at these sites, making sure that they were being trained correctly, and then also just encouraging them to have meaningful, in-depth conversations with patients about medication adherence. Because these sites do serve the underserved and people near poverty, we saw that communication was really important, trying to intrinsically motivate these patients about medication adherence. We also were able to distribute blood pressure logs, blood glucose logs, and pill boxes, also just to emphasize the importance of taking one's medication.
Starting off, we saw 1,834 different patients across over 100 different sites, including pharmacies, clinics, health fairs, and many other places. About 55% of these patients were female, and the average age was 49 years old. 868 of that 1,800 actually signed pledges to medication adherence. The top 3 disease states that we saw in these patients were 1, hypertension, 2, hyperlipidemia, and 3, anxiety and/or depression. We actually saw interventions in patients from our students. These interventions were most commonly educating patients on better strategies for medication adherence. We also did things like distribute physical educational material. We took their blood pressures, and we also, in a couple cases, were able to review med lists, answer any problems or concerns that patients had about their med lists.
So myself, along with my partner Jane, we were responsible for making engaging videos for the pharmacy students and any other health profession, along with just the general public. And we decided to do this in 3 phases. In phase 1, we wanted to introduce the topic of med adherence and show with data why it's something that needs to be addressed more often. We wanted to show how Script Your Future fits into this and some of the initiatives and plans that Pitt had. In the second video, we kind of wanted to show how Pitt was doing this because, our students have a different style of doing things, a different attitude, and we kind of wanted to highlight some of the stories and some of the impact that my colleagues have had so far. And in the third video, we wanted to just sum up everything that we've done and just present it to the audience to see where we started and where we ended up.
I was one of the students who had the opportunity to table at one of our interprofessional events at a local pharmacy. There, we were able to distribute educational materials, raise awareness on medication adherence, and work with other health professional students, including physical therapy and dental students. In my hour alone, we were able to counsel 11 patients on medication adherence strategies and issues.
Conversations about adherence can go a lot of different ways, which is a really exciting thing, I think, because it opens up a door to talk to patients. We really have to gather stories and we have to be good interviewers to be able to resolve patient issues, and I think that adherence is a really good gateway to be able to do that. So we were really excited to take part in Script Your Future this year, and I know the University of Pittsburgh had a really great experience, so thank you.